I say the problem we have is we're going back to this mentality that the father leaves in the black family. He leaves and leaves the boys alone so they'll be raised by the mom.
Republican Senate candidate and former NFL great Herschel Walker said this on Diamond and Silk 2 years ago.
I said, what we need to do is let's go in our neighborhood and let's become fathers of those fatherless child. Meaning, let's try to direct them in the right way.
Sounds like a good plan if only he practiced what he preached.
He also has repeatedly claimed he's a great father while, quote, bemoaning fatherless households. But the Daily Beast first reported that Walker has an estranged 10-year-old son. And then the next day, the Daily Beast broke another story that he actually has another son and a daughter, both of which have not been publicly disclosed until now.
What about teaching our black men that if you lay down with a woman and you make a baby, it is your responsibility to stay there to make sure that that child is raised?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Give them good values that you have, that you say, you know what? And I said this to someone, I said, if you have a child with a woman, even if you have to leave that woman, you don't leave the child.
Georgia Republican senatorial candidate Herschel Walker has consistently criticized absentee black fathers. This is a pervasive myth that has been disproven, by the way, but it turns out that until now, he's never publicly acknowledged 3 of his own children. Walker was ordered to pay child support starting in 2014. This whole thing came out because of a paternity suit from the mom.
You try to work it out. You're going to be respectful to her. If you're going to be respectful to other things, you show that to your child.
We have seen Herschel Walker continually deceive the truth multiple times, whether it was saying he graduated in the top 1% when he did not, claiming he was valedictorian of his high school when the institution never even offered this title. He lied on Glenn Beck's show, claiming to have a cure for the coronavirus in the form of a dry spray, which did not exist, following Donald Trump's disinfectants line years back, proving he is another snake oil salesman.
You might not know it's just how many other things Walker says he's accomplished. So let's fact check a few. Herschel Walker launched a successful charity for veterans. Try again. Herschel Walker was a member of law enforcement. Herschel Walker was in the FBI.
MSNBC, along with many others, fact-checked Walker's lies repeatedly because that's simply what he does. He lies and then lies some more. He also, like Dr. Oz, doesn't even live in the state he is running in, which is Georgia, for the Senate. Herschel Walker, the Republican nominee for Senate in Georgia, who has been a frequent critic of absentee fathers, especially in black households, has acknowledged that he is the father of a second son he had not previously mentioned publicly, as well as an adult daughter who was born when he was in his early 20s. The revelation, reported on Thursday by the Daily Beast, is the second this week about children Mr. Walker has fathered but did not publicly disclose. The outlet reported on Tuesday about a 10-year-old son of Mr. Walker's with whom he is not in contact. The Daily Beast reporting occurred on June 14th, which stated Walker does not see and whom he did not legally acknowledge until being taken to court. Then on June 15th, one day after the 14th, the Daily Beast reported that Walker has a 13-year-old son as well. In confirming this, Walker's campaign also disclosed that he has a daughter who is about 40 years old. One of Walker's next public appearances after these stories broke was at an evangelical Christian conference in Nashville, Tennessee, that describes itself as the nation's most high-profile pro-family event. Naturally, he received resounding applause, telling the crowd that he is tired of people misleading the American people, and for some reason, tired of people misleading my family.
So it's been announced that Nick Cannon is having his 9th kid, meaning he has 2 women pregnant at the same time. Nick Cannon is everything wrong with men in America. Get home and raise your kids!
Fathers, it would be great if you stayed home and raised your kids instead of ran off to bang a bunch of women who weren't your baby mama. Stay home and raise your freaking kids. Your kids need a father. Get back home. Get back home.
As News One has noted, Christian Walker, after railing against men who don't raise their kids, has been very, very silent on his father's absence of his multiple children.